run to Home Depot with me, see if we can rent a wood chipper?
Maybe. Alright, so we're getting rid of the tree in the front yard. I hate this tree. This is the professional way to do it. Like monkey in the tree. Oh my god. So, we've been wanting to get rid of this tree for a couple years. We had a few quotes. It's going to be like between $600 and $650. Hold on. We were going to have someone do it, but it was going to be like between $600 and $650. And I finally was like, yo, I'm so over this tree. It makes a bunch of like puff balls during like spring. All the leaves fall off, and then it gets a bunch of puff balls and everything grows back. So everything just fell off. So I was like, you know what, let's just get rid of this while we can. So Ricky got a chainsaw, because I was like, he didn't want to buy a chainsaw, but I was like, you know, if you think about it, we're saving hundreds of dollars by doing it ourselves. So we're gonna go to Home Depot, see if we can rent a wood chipper, and we can turn this tree into mulch for the floor of the garden area in the backyard and for the trees, and then we'll save some of it as firewood for next year. We'll let it dry out. So we'll see if we can do that, but that's our project for the front yard for now. Alright, so we took all that mulch from the front yard. We were able to do the flooring in the garden enclosure. It almost smells and looks like hay a little bit. It's all wood chips. It smells good. Did it in here, did it in the back. And then we were even able to do the tortoise enclosure. So we have the garden enclosure and our leopard tortoise enclosure. So we have the mulch all here now. This was just dirt and rocks before. This is our tortoise. When we're not able to watch them, we can close the gate. I think they're all in here right now. There's Bobo. And there's Lulu. We gotta find Ruru. She's the baby. I don't think she's in here, so she's probably still somewhere out here. So I gotta be very careful not to step on her. Let me get out so I don't accidentally step on her. She's a baby. See here? And then they still have, they eat some of the weeds that grow in. So we left those, and then we have this clover we planted. So I don't know where the baby is. A lot of times she's under the clover. This is the only downside. It's going to be harder to find them now. But we did that, and then we were almost able to do behind these other trees. So we were able to take it from here back around the back side of this mulberry over to the cherry. So, I mean, we didn't have to buy any of that mulch, which is awesome. So we want to do a little more mulch back here, and that's it. The rest of this is going to be like fake grass. And then the bigger pieces we put back here so these can start to dry out, and then we'll have some firewood. So Ricky will cut these into smaller logs, and we still have two big pieces in the front. I see how red I am. It's hot. Yeah, so we still have two really big pieces in the front, and then some of the stump. So I'll show you that real quick. So that we'll just have to work on next weekend. So let's go up front real quick. But otherwise, we got a lot done today. I officially turned the air conditioning on. It is April 3rd, I think. Yep, it's April 3rd. Look how red I am. Woo! This is not sunburn, you guys. This is heat. The Arizona heat. So here's the tree. So we still have this to cut down. We'll try to dig out some of the root here, and we still have all of this to cut up. But, I mean, you guys saw that big mess we had earlier. Cleaned it all up for the best we could. So we're probably going to do some kind of gazebo up here in like a paver sitting area. And then I want to do all of this fake grass all right here. It's just so it looks neat. And that's it. That's probably it. Alright, so I wanted to show you guys our little watering system here. So Ricky did the irrigation with the PVC, and then I bought these water grids. They're actually already custom measured and built. It's from the gardengrid.com, I believe, something like that. So this is a square foot garden method. This is a 3 by 3 foot bed, and so they've already measured it out. And you can see here how the water is just distributed out these little holes perfectly. Now Ricky obviously could have made this himself, right? But I really just wanted the hassle-free. They literally say, they call it like garden in minutes or something like that. So we just wanted that hassle-free of just being able to plug and play. So Ricky did do the regular irrigation under the ground to the timer. So we have this set on a 4-minute timer every single day at 10 a.m. Goes through the ground, and then we have it connecting here. And it does need one of those adapters for like if you had a water hose. But the other thing with the square foot garden method is they want you to grid out your garden either with little pieces of wood or string. So this is perfect because it grids it out with the watering grid. So this bed right here, this is a 2 by 9 foot bed. The only option they had was a 2 by 8, but it actually ended up working out. The water just turned off. Ended up working out good because we have these watermelons on the side that need 2 squares anyways, so we just rotated those outward, and so they're able to water this as well. So I'm going to go through the garden here in a minute. I'll show you what we have. This is another 3 by 3 foot bed, and we have a little sitting area, and then we have 2 4 by 4 foot beds. So first update from the last time you saw the garden. When you saw it last time, we had nothing planted except for the peppers from last year, and we were still working on the door. So Ricky finished the door. So we have our little door here, and we put just a little lock here just so it won't swing open. And then on the inside, we actually put on one of these little latches here just so it doesn't swing around, and then we can be in here, and we want bees to be able to get through, so this is big enough for bees to get through, but we had like a giant bumblebee stuck in here the other day, so definitely want to keep the door closed just so random stuff isn't coming. But let's just do a little quick pan. I'm so happy with the way it came out. Ricky made the trellis himself. And then, like I've mentioned before, we'd really like to I really want one of those kind of like a swing bench type thing over here. But those chairs are actually really nice as well. So we may just put a table and some little footrest over here and just leave that there. But Ricky and I have been eating dinner out here. It's been really nice. So with the square foot garden method, they recommend different sizes for your family. So the 4 by 4 foot bed should be enough for you to grow enough vegetables for the season for 1 adult. So we have 2 adults in the family, hence 2 4 by 4 square foot gardens. They say a 3 by 3 foot garden bed should be enough to grow your vegetables for the season for kids. So hence we have 2 kids and we have 2 3 by 3 foot gardens. And then we planted this 2 by 9 to give us, basically they say if you want extra, if you want a salad, enough salad for the season or whatever. So we didn't put them exactly where they're going, but I'll show you what we got. So this is my bed. This is Jackie's bed, and I'll show you what I got going on here. So in the back here, I have a gypsy sweet pepper because I do like the yellow and orange peppers. So we'll see how those come out. I have some sunflowers. We planted asparagus. Now asparagus, it takes, a good year or 2 before you can start harvesting it, but then you never have to plant it again. It grows back year after year, so that's why we got that. I have a beefsteak tomato, another asparagus, And then the second row here, I have a cabbage, a broccoli, and some red potatoes. Then here I have green onions, broccoli, cabbage, another sunflower coming in, and then I have a Roma tomato, another red potato, some carrots, and a cantaloupe. So once the broccoli and the cabbage are pulled, done for that season, then you can replant. You can plant something else in its place. Same thing once the carrots are pulled or the potatoes are pulled. Here in Arizona, we do have a longer growing season, so we can plant other things in those spots. So that's good. Let's go into Ricky's bed. So this is Ricky's 4x4 foot bed. So in the back here, he has a Roma tomato. The two in the middle back here are okra, and then he has a green bell pepper. This one hasn't sprouted yet, he just planted it, but it's going to be another eggplant. He has bok choy, eggplant, and bok choy. Then we have some open squares. He has 2 asparagus as well, and then we have open squares here. So Ricky has 6 open squares, so we're going to plant some stuff there a little bit later in the season, so we'll have to see how that goes. And then coming over here, this is Ricky's pepper slash salsa bed. So the 3 big peppers you can see, this is a ghost pepper, a habanero pepper, and a jalapeno pepper. These are the peppers we had last year. We had, in this front row, we did have another, like a red bell pepper, but we plucked that one out. So these are from last year. We trimmed them up pretty good because they were like as big as this whole bed. So we trimmed them up. They're already growing back beautifully. What we've added to the bed is cilantro. Ricky has a Reaper, California or Carolina Reaper pepper. And you can just barely see the sprouts coming in. Got a little mushroom going on here. And then we have some yellow onions. We have some garlic. And we have another garlic here. So we're waiting for those to come through. And then Ricky has a scorpion pepper back there. So he's excited about his new peppers this year. All of the soil in here that I mixed up is called Mel's Mix. I actually have a video from when we made this first bed where I made the Mel's Mix for this first bed. It basically consists of 3 different types of compost or soil mixed together. And then it has some peat moss to help retain the moisture. And then it has vermiculite to help drainage, so that way there's little air pockets and stuff like that. They are completely out of vermiculite, so for the rest of these beds I used perlite. So if you notice, it's just more of this white rocky looking stuff, and it does the same purpose as the vermiculite. Its purpose is to help drain the water. Now this bed back here is our daughter's beds, so we have split down the middle right here. This side is Elsa's bed, and this side is Arcadia's bed. They pretty much have the same things planted with the exception of the cucumbers. So on the sides here, they both have a black diamond watermelon. I've never eaten one of these, but it looked really good and it was cool. And so we have 2 options here. We can let it vine out down here, or we can try to trellis it and support the watermelons up the trellis. We'll see what we end up doing. They have some carrots, and then they have more carrots growing in. They have 2 broccoli. They have 2 varieties of strawberry, and you can see these strawberries are already coming in. How exciting is that? So these ones get a white flower, these ones get a pink flower. Arcadia has the pickling cucumbers, so they're going to be a little bit smaller. And then there's some bush beans. I originally thought I was getting pole beans, so I was thinking I would trellis them up the back, but I think they're bush beans, so they will just be what they will be. But we do need to start training the cucumbers to go up the vine. This cucumber has gotten really, really big. Already it's taking over. Oh, I need gloves on because they got pokey leaves. But this one we need to start trellising up here. This is just a regular cucumber. And then Elsa has the same thing. She has the white flowered strawberry and then the pink flowered strawberry. So you can see she's got a few little baby strawberries coming in. And we just have like our little water gauge. This kind of tells us, if the soil's good. We have some carrots, broccoli, and then the black diamond. So this is all things pretty much that my daughters will eat. So they have 2 types of fruit. They got some vegetables. They don't really like green beans. The bush beans here are mostly probably for me, honestly. But they will eat them if we need to. And then lastly, over here, the other 3x3 foot bed we did as our salad / tortoise food bed. So we do have leopard tortoises, and they eat leafy greens. So in the back here, we have 4 cabbages. So the tortoises can eat that, but also that's for us. We have a purple kale. We have a gourmet salad mix. So it looks like a red leaf, a green leaf, and then probably romaine lettuce. We have 2 squares of romaine lettuce. And then we have this sandy oak leaf lettuce. I'm not really sure if they'll eat that or not, but we got it. We're growing it. We have a lot of food growing in here, and we still have a few spaces that we can plant in. Ricky said I can use 3 of these if I want, so for sure I'm probably gonna do another yellow onion, and then I don't know yet, maybe we'll do another cantaloupe or something on this side. Yeah, so that is the garden update. I love it. I sit out here in this little corner. I sit out here every morning. I like to come out when the sprinklers turn on just so I can make sure everything's pointing correctly. And then, like I said, Ricky and I have been coming out here and eating dinner out here in the evening because the sun starts to go down. Sorry about the jets practicing. But yeah, so we're going to be learning how to preserve a little bit because I do want to try to can up or jar up Ricky's salsa this year. And then maybe make my own spaghetti sauce. So we'll see how that goes. And then some pickles, and then maybe pickle some carrots. Other than that, I don't really know what else I might preserve yet, or maybe do some green beans. The mulberries are doing great. Let's go take a look at those. Okay. So our cherry is coming back to life a little bit, starting to get green again. Sometimes, this is a Jamaican cherry, but sometimes they call it a strawberry tree because the flowers actually look like strawberry flowers. I'm a little disappointed with these cherries, just the skin is not very good. You almost have to just squeeze the inside out and like spit the skin back out. So maybe I can make some kind of jam or something with this, or just put it in smoothies. I don't know, but I do like the weepingness of the tree. I grew up in Michigan, and we had like those weeping willow trees, and I loved them. So I do like the weepiness of the tree. Our Pakistani mulberry has gotten really huge. It got so many berries on it. It's had a lot of berries falling down that they weren't even close to being ready. This one, don't really got any turning purple or pink yet. Our mango, the flies are crazy. Like, the flies love it, but you can see we got some mangoes. We got a bunch of little mangoes growing on here, so we'll figure out how to support it as they get bigger. Got like a bigger one right here. Bigger mangoes coming. Super excited about that. This one started doing flowers a lot later, so we don't really see any on here yet. So we'll get like kind of a transition into there. The tortoise's clover is growing back in really nice. And then this is our one that we've already been getting berries off of. So you can see we got to pick some more. So we've gotten quite a bit. I've already froze a whole bag of berries. We've been eating them as they come off, and then the plan is to freeze some and eat some. And if I get enough, I'll try to make like a jam. And then we did add, this is a calamendra or something like that. Ricky calls it an Asian lime. It's actually more like a sour orange kind of. But when it's still green, like a lime, they use it just like you would a lime. You use it for marinades and sauces and stuff like that. But we already have some growing in right here. But then when they ripen up, they're orange and they peel and look just like the cutie oranges. They're just sour. They're a little more sour, but I could definitely make a juice or something out of it as well. And we have Bobo. He's our oldest tortoise. He's about 2. Leopard tortoise. He's loving the new mulch. He likes to walk the edge. I do want to replace these wood things because, as you can see, they're not very, they're not that great. And he's already growing big. His head's popping over some of them. So I do want to get some nice brick that I can put all along here. But the tortoises can eat mulberry leaves as well. And I left, if some of the berries fall down, I'm leaving them there. One of the tortoises did eat some. She looked like she liked it, so we'll see. But this is the indoor enclosure like I showed you before. I don't know if any of them have made their way in here yet. Nope, they're still wandering around. But we keep a thermometer in there so we can check how hot it is. We keep the door open while they're wandering around. But if I'm not able to come out here and check on them, then I can lock them in there, and then they have an outdoor space, and we call it a hide. So they have a place to kind of hide. And then we always have some of their water here. And then if they end up going into the hide area, I'll move the water into the hide. But we'll probably build something that's a little more permanent for them. We'll see. Let's see if we can find Lulu and Ruru. Ruru likes to sleep in the clover. Lulu, she is in the clover. So Ruru's probably in here too. It's just really hard to see them. But yeah. See the leopard tortoise, that's how they are. They can hide very good, camouflage. That's awesome. Bobo's bigger, he's easier to spot. Lulu, or Ruru, the baby, she likes to bury herself. So there is a possibility that she is just buried somewhere in here. Well, I will try to find them a little bit later. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The only thing we have planned to do is we do want to try to protect the wood a little bit. So we do want to try to do like a gray that would match the tortoise enclosure. And that way we can kind of seal the wood and then kind of, match it a little bit with the gray. I don't know when we'll do that. That might be a while before we do that. Fire pit was so old it like crumbled through the bottom, so we just had we had a makeshift one with some old bricks at the end of last year. So we do plan on getting a new one and getting our chairs back up there because that's kind of like our fire pit area. And then we do want to do, like I mentioned, that wall. Do a better wall right there, and then have a second one on this side. So the tortoises have two areas that they can wander, and then we plan on doing just fake grass here. As you can see, the weeds and grass grow crazy. It's really just to get something down to get rid of that. And we still need to clean that up and move the shed over. Definitely progress. The plants are looking great. I'm excited. I have already fed the tortoises a few leaves of the romaine lettuce, so it's cool to know we're growing their food here. Part of wanting to grow our own food was just to be a little more, just learning to be a little more self-reliant. It's fun. It's a fun hobby, but it's just really rewarding to see, like, wow, like, we're doing it. So, yeah, I'm super excited. But thanks for joining me, and stay tuned. I'll try to do another update here in a couple weeks. Well, I'll see you soon. Bye.